So if half the Middle East is setting our embassies on fire and stuff, President Obama didn't build that. Some third-rate, no-budget, nobody ever heard of him filmmaker in LA did that. Because of YouTube. Yeah, stand by for a little hair of the dog. You're going to need it today.
The State Department has ordered all non-essential U.S. embassy personnel to leave Tunisia and Sudan, and protests against Americans continue in at least 20 countries.
The military calls that bugging out. It's what you do when you're losing. So Bob Schieffer had the new president of Libya on, and here's what he had to say about the attacks that, well, they left our ambassador dead last week.
This leaves us with no doubt that this is pre-planned, predetermined.
And you believe that this was the work of al-Qaeda, and you believe that it was led by foreigners. Is that what you're telling us?
It was planned, definitely it was planned by foreigners.
Got that? An attack planned by foreigners, maybe al-Qaeda, planned for months to coincide with the anniversary of 9/11. But here's our UN ambassador, Susan Rice, with just a slightly, just a little different take on the story.
But based on the best information we have to date, what our assessment is as of the present is in fact what it began spontaneously in Benghazi as a reaction to what had transpired some hours earlier in Cairo.
I see what you did there, Ambassador Rice. Yeah, the whole setup of her statement. Information we have today, as of the present, that setup will let her walk the whole thing back just as soon as they can't deny anymore that the attacks are organized. Yeah. Here she is again on This Week, and, well, she's still doing the weasel word shuffle. You try and say that one 3 times fast.
But our current best assessment, based on the information that we have at present,
I can't tell you how many times I've seen this act. The investigation will continue until the news cycle moves on to something else, and then the investigation will wrap up, and surprise, al-Qaeda. Yeah, I miss the old days when bin Laden made us safe again, don't you? Yeah. Over now to meet the press, more Susan Rice, and even more of the big lie.
But let's remember what has transpired over the last several days. This is a response to a hateful and offensive video that was widely disseminated throughout the Arab and Muslim world.
Repeat after me. It's not about a video. Even David Gregory knows that. Watch this next clip for, well, it was the best question of the whole weekend.
But there were conflicting messages from the Morsi government. In Arabic, they encouraged protests. In English, they said stop the protests. This from an ally that we give over $1 billion?
What has happened, in fact, is that the Egyptian government has come out and protected our facilities. Our embassy is open today. Things are calm. And Morsi has repeatedly been clear in his condemnation of what has occurred.
In English. He condemned it in English. In Arabic, he's still shouting death to infidels, which was, well, was the point of the whole question. I think the ambassador knew that. But you know what? Let's give David Gregory credit for doing what he's supposed to do, you know, asking a tough question, even of a Democrat. Yeah, nice, isn't it? And that's enough to earn him this week's golf clap. That's where we give a mainstream reporter the praise he deserves for doing his job for once. Yeah, so David Gregory. Very good. Let's move on to Fox News Sunday and the excuse of the week. Did you guess it was Susan Rice again? Yeah. She was on all the shows. What can I do? Anyway, she told Chris Wallace the real reason President Obama couldn't meet with Benjamin Netanyahu.
As you know, the president is coming.
3 points.
The president is coming up to the General Assembly in New York at the United Nations. He'll be there in the beginning of the week, Monday and Tuesday. Prime Minister Netanyahu is coming toward the end of the week. Their schedules don't match. There's no opportunity for them to meet in New York.
The Prime Minister would be willing, I'm sure, to go, and in fact, there's suggestions from the Israelis to go to Washington.
Well, the Prime Minister hasn't asked for a meeting in Washington, Chris.
The President also had a nail appointment that day. Air Force One broke down. His limo got a flat tire. Now, hell, I don't know, something about Bain Capital laying off steelworkers so Mitt Romney can fill his underwear with caviar. Ooh. Oh, no, I didn't want to have to do this to you. It took us so long to get rid of her, but she's back. Christiane Amanpour, I know. But she had some breaking news from the Egyptian government. Here she is with Jake Tapper.
Well, what they're saying first and foremost is that obviously this has nothing to do with the governments. They don't support this. They've called them back, they say. And today the Muslim Brotherhood has said that we've made plenty of arrests and we should know in the next few days.
And of course, PJTV has exclusive video of the Muslim Brotherhood police in action. Okay, you're going to see this one coming from a mile away.
Major Strasser has been shot. Round up the usual suspects. Filmmaker.